Well, Steve contacted me just on the verge of when he was taking this job, and just said, would it be possible to pop down to Wembley to meet us, to talk about my experiences coming from club football to international football and how I found that and the transition. So we had a get together. Been invited a couple of times to Challenge Cup final and whatever. Subsequently met Steve on occasions a couple of times, and really it's just a sort of tie-in and an idea swap really between the two codes. I think I'm always looking for the edge if I possibly can, and carry on educating myself, and I've managed to get a love of rugby league at the moment as well, watching the matches. I'll be there next Saturday watching a game at Wembley, so that'll be interesting for me, and say if I can help in any way, obviously Steve, and if he can help me, it's a double-edged thing really.
Oh mate, first and foremost, he's a great bloke, and I think that's shone through today. He's come and spoke to the players and addressed the players and done our shared presentation, which we do before every game, and some real clear messages for him. But in terms of what we're trying to achieve, we're trying to build relationships with other national coaches and other sports, and I think that'll benefit the whole game. And Stuart's an avid rugby league supporter now.
What sort of benefits do you think that'll bring about from sharing training ideas and inviting one another to various training sessions? What do you think that's going to benefit the team? Well,
in terms of preparation, a lot. I think we can learn a lot from how each of our national teams prepare and help each other. And I think it's something that's not a real strong point of our nation. I think we, I will use Australia as a good example of this, where every sport gets behind every other sport in their nation, and they're very keen to share ideas and very open about those ideas. And we tend to have a little bit of a closed shop in England at times, and I think that sometimes reflects into the way we support each other's nations as well as each other's sports as fans as well. So the sharing of ideas and the coming together of national coaches from different sports can only be good for everybody involved.
So you've watched training this morning. What did you make of that first and foremost, and also what do you think Team England's chances are in the Four Nations series?
Well, obviously the game tomorrow is going to be an important one. It's important that we kick that off with a victory. I think from there on, I think once you get that, it galvanises the momentum within the squad. I think there's some tough games coming up, no doubt about that. But I think the exposure that rugby league will get within itself, will be fantastic. And it's like all managers, you learn a bit more about your player per game.
What do you make of the way that England train? Do you glean things from that and use them in your training sessions as a coach?
Yeah, I think you're always looking. Whenever I go into any other environment that isn't football, or sometimes even is football, you look at the professionalism, you look at the organisation, you look at the tactical nous that you see in front of you, you look at the focus of the players within training. That tells you a great deal about the environment straight away when you walk in, and if you see in team meetings that there is a focus of the players. I've been fortunate in the past to go into the Saxons rugby union to watch them. Obviously the rugby league connection's really important now for me, and the other thing that it's done as well, rugby league's got me as a fan now, let alone anything else. I've been into Warrington Wolves at the back end of last football season to meet Tony Smith, who presented on the pro licence that the FA run. So we've got a connection there as well, and I think the more connections you can have around various different sports, the better it is for you.
He's played I think it was 78 games for England, and the words that he spoke were to the point and direct, and his proudest moments were representing his country, and I think the players have a great opportunity to do something special for our country this time around, and Stuart's just reiterated that point to them.